What is up, folks? Scorpion Hot Pockets is back with another episode of the Orbital Drop Podcast with the legendary boys of the Carter crew. Joining us today, we got myself, CancelAnime, TitaniumRocket, Mando, and I think that's it. We might have a couple of Insight. We might have a couple of later arrivals. We're really hoping that Trooper Geo and Cal287 join us. We'll have a full house if that's the case.
Cal's never been in here for one.
I think he's been here. Either way, today.
God damn it!
Sorry. Don't worry.
Guys, you're forgetting to watch the stream.
Yeah, don't worry. The long anticipated episode. Shut up, cancel. The long anticipated episode where we're gonna cover the Halo TV show trailer. We've kind of waited a couple of days just to let everyone's thoughts, let everyone form their own thoughts, see what the general community has to say. Not that we're going along with what the rest of the community cares. We're contrarians by nature. Although in this case, we'll see. Either way. So starting us off, before we do anything, we're gonna go through our general thoughts on the trailer. What did y'all think? What are your expectations? What were your expectations coming in the show? Because the show itself has not been a big secret. They've been announcing it for years and years. So we're all going to go one by one and see what our expectations are before.
But remember, a lot of people thought it would never even happen, like you.
Right. So again, did you even think it was going to happen? Did you think it was going to be good? What were y'all's expectations and thoughts when you heard that the show is actually getting going and it might release sometime soon?
Can I start?
Yeah.
So, I can't watch the show, so I don't...
Yes, you can. Go to filmlicious.com.
But we got pirating websites. You can definitely watch the show.
Well, there's that, but I can't watch it through legal means, so I don't really mind it too much. But personally, I think it looks promising so far. Like, the human covenant is a little weird, but I think they'll explain that. I think the elites look good. I think Chief looks good.
No, we're talking about expectations here.
Oh, sorry.
Just, what are you hoping for going in? And I guess you should probably talk a little bit about your background. So you're a big Star Wars fan, right?
No.
Yes, he is. He just turned off by Bad Batch.
Sure. So, yeah. Anything else you want to add?
So my expectations are, I think it'll be good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cancel. You got a lot to say, so let's hear it.
Yes. So I, like you, was very, very doubtful that this would come out anytime in the near future or it was even being worked on. I had no idea that it was even being filmed because it just seemed like... When did the rumors first start coming out? Like 2014, right?
Yeah,
around that time.
Yeah. It's like we've been hearing,
and we never got anything. So I was very doubtful of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then within the past few years, I got a little more optimistic because we start to see all those rumors come out about it and like castings for everything, which was encouraging. But going by the fact that they race swapped Captain Keyes, that started to seem a little weird there. So I think that kind of dropped my expectations. And at first, when I heard it wasn't going to be canon, also, I really didn't like that. But now looking at it, I think that that's the right decision.
All right.
Because if it flops, we don't need to have all this bullshit be canon.
All right. All right. Ty.
And so that was kind of my expectation coming into it. Nothing super big, but nothing bad either. Just kind of in between.
All right, Ty, your thoughts?
I don't really know what to say much. I don't really have expectations for it because I just don't really care about it.
Oh.
I don't watch TV shows a lot. I mean, when I heard it was non-canon, I thought that meant they could do a lot of more creative liberties with it, so they could do whatever they wanted, I guess, with the Human Covenant, different Captain Keyes, blonde Halsey.
Bruh. British Halsey.
Dr. Miranda Keyes.
Yeah.
Wait, she's a doctor now?
Yeah,
she's a scientist.
We'll talk about that.
All right. Silver Team. I don't mind that much now since it's not canon, so I'm not that bothered. I still don't really care personally.
All right. I'll give my thoughts then. So for me, like Cancel, I just heard rumors that this is going on, and I thought this is just going to be one of these endless projects that's just not going to lead anywhere. And then, years later, a couple of clips would come out, and everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, they wanted to do this," and it's got some cool concepts. Maybe some concepts will be integrated later on. either way, but I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Like I think the most recent thing before this year and all the news really started coming out in anticipation, the most recent thing I remember hearing before that was the guy from Polygon who read all the Halo books in like half a year or something. He said something about how this one guy is going to be the actor for Sauron, and I'm like, okay, so that's still, but and that was like, that was years ago. It was just Now, I didn't watch Boba Fett, and I didn't watch Book of
like
Boba
a
Fett.
bantha.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
watch
a
Boba
bantha.
Fett. I didn't watch Boba Fett
Jesus.
or what's it called, Mando yet. So I don't have the expectation for the live action sci-fi show. But I watched Clone Wars, Bad Batch, so Stargate. So I feel like a lot of cool stuff could be done, could happen. But again, I didn't know. Now, once the trailer came out.
Hate to interrupt, but could you turn off the volume for the video on the thing?
Yeah. Once the trailer came out, that's when I started to that's when I realized that this stuff is actually picking up. So it's actually going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Maybe the timing is a little suspicious. Maybe I don't know if it was better for this to come out before Halo Infinite, build off of each other. Either way, though, that was my anticipation, similar to Cancels. Now, first thoughts. What did y'all think when you first? I believe there was the teaser or something before the main trailer came out. But what were you guys' thoughts generally on the whole trailer? What did you think of it? What did you like?
Are you talking about the teaser that before, like back at the Game Awards or something?
Yeah. Let's see if we can find that. Or it was kind of short. It didn't really.
All right, I can. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I need a
it's the
refresher.
visual one. It came out a few months ago.
So there was one teaser that premiered at the Xbox 20th event, and there was another at the Game Awards.
The one that came out in
I was like,
December.
For the first one, I was like, okay, it makes sense, just a teaser. But for the second one, I was like, why are they showing another teaser?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, the show's in March. Well, I'm just used to like how video games are like.
I don't know.
They
When
usually show
I
several
saw
months
both
before
the
release.
teasers.
Well,
When
like
I saw
apparently,
both
like
the
movies
teasers-
and TV shows launch like a couple months before release, so I'm just not really used to that. I guess.
Right. All right. So either way, once you saw that the show actually was coming out, that I guess that came from the teaser. Once you actually saw that, what did you think? Once you see, okay, this is coming out and it's going to happen. Were you excited? Did you care, or were you impressed by the like the look? What did you think?
Do you mean thoughts on the trailer so far? What exactly?
Oh no,
not yet at the trailer. Just kind of you first see the teaser and you first see that okay, the show is actually going to come out. We haven't gotten to the trailer.
I thought it looked good visually.
Mm-hmm. All right. Were you excited by the fact that Halo is actually going to have a TV show? Because that's kind of all you got from the teaser. Is you get visuals and you get the fact that it exists. So, was that at all good?
I still am really indifferent.
Go ahead, Sight.
I would say the idea that Halo has a TV show now is very cool. I mean, we had movies, but they were, they were there.
Yeah, the
right?
movies.
Peter Jackson Halo movie, Master Chief's evil twin brother.
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to say more about it.
All right.
And I was kind of hopeful, like first announced, and then we saw teasers about it. I was hopeful, this could be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my expectations aren't extremely high.
All right. Well,
even before watching the first trailer, my expectations weren't extremely.
All right. You guys think that?
As Kratos says, keep your expectations low. You'll never be disappointed.
Right.
That's
Yes.
my philosophy.
MJ said that as well. Now, you guys think that? So this has been in the works for quite a while. I don't know what the exact schedule was when it actually started getting going. You guys think this may be overshadowed by the Mandalorian and Boba Fett because Disney's
Yes.
Absolutely.
No,
Not
because
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett is gonna be the season's gonna be done soon. So
Right, but I'm talking about like
Wait,
quality,
when does Mando come out?
Mando?
It doesn't come. We don't know the release date yet.
No, but I'm saying like, do you guys
also
think,
Bad Batch is coming out this year,
No,
season 2.
No, but I'm saying like quality wise. You guys think people are just going to look at the Halo show and they're going to think, oh, it's just a discount Mando or discount Boba Fett?
I'm afraid yes, because a lot of the I don't know. This is one of those things that's hard to describe, but just the way it's filmed, it kind of has in some parts kind of has a sort of fan film feel to it, or whatever, if that's the right word. And The Mandalorian certainly has that in a lot of areas. And so, yeah, I feel like that's definitely an issue.
All right. Well, now let's go through the trailer, and we're going to watch it, only point out something if it's really significant, and then we're going to break it down scene by scene and talk about specifically, yeah. All right.
You. Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant. He's lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something.
Stop right there.
Different.
Yeah.
Reclaimer symbol.
Yeah, I know.
Important.
Our boy
Very important.
Our boy Reclaimer
Goddamn.
Gaming isn't gonna.
What they did to us makes you numb.
And
That
you
looks
just
like the
decided to
rubble
help me.
from
Why would a Spartan do
Old
that?
Protocol.
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
I don't think it's got.
I'm sure they're gonna change it. There's been an outrage.
Master Chief
They're
recovered
gonna
something.
change it.
Sacred ring.
It's gonna be like what was it? Sonic.
Yeah.
A couple years back.
That looks
Yes.
Humans surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
All right. Now,
First of all, let me fucking say, why the fuck is In the Air Tonight being used in this? What
I don't
the fuck?
mind it.
This
I
is a
don't mind
Halo
it.
trailer. It has no place in there. I love that song. It is one of my all-time favorites. But
wouldn't
what
say
the
that.
actual fuck?
I don't mind it. Well, okay.
Yeah,
Some folks,
not that.
okay.
Not jump it.
Xperia liked it. Halo, what's it? Eckhart's Ladder didn't. We're also gonna review their videos to just see what they're like, because they're kind of the polar opposites. Xperia is really excited, whereas Eckhart's Ladder, it isn't. But all right, I don't mind it personally. Although I don't religiously subscribe to it, so I don't understand why you got to bug up your ass about it.
I'll say this: the trailer has grown on me. Certain parts of it have grown on me.
Same here.
Especially the last half of it kind of grew on me. Not the run. That part kind of grew on me. I still have problems with it, but
same here. Actually, rewatching this, I actually kind of enjoyed watching it.
It's a lot cooler rewatching it. I think
it is. So now we'll go down scene by scene. All right, just get past this early intro part. Okay, this looks all right. All right, so this right here, so this looks like an outer colony city.
That looks
kind of like Jeddah.
That actually looks like Jeddah City.
I know it does. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Either way, so it looks like
that looks like Mars.
You all gonna talk about the Chevy Tahoe?
Did you guys
product placement,
that?
guys? We got some.
Who didn't?
To quote,
it's been everywhere.
To quote Sergeant,
I noticed it the second time I watched it.
To quote Sergeant Johnston, it's like, yeah, I'm doing a little product placement. I need to get paid too. Either way, so this looks kind of like a destitute, deserted outer colony, and maybe this implies a little bit of world building about how the inner colonies are nice, luscious, green paradises. Meanwhile, that's the inner colonies. Meanwhile, the outer colonies are all deserts that are only used for mining and occasional subsistence
I
farming.
like it, but I wish they went with a more classical desert look, not this like Mars kind of look.
I agree. I wish it would. Yeah, it's like it's still in space, so it's like how the hell did people live in mud huts? They had to get there through starships first, so it's not. Yeah. Either way, but it looks pretty interesting.
Show us some Phoenix class colony ships.
Yeah. But either way, it looks alright. All right, AK-47s. It's plausible. I see why people don't like it, but I feel it's plausible. If we're talking about like guns that are made they're probably made locally by locals trying to do for whatever purpose. I think it makes sense. It's not like completely improbable like some people are saying that they would. No, the AK-4. If there's one gun that'll exist 600 years in the future,
I wish they adapted
the
the design. Just they made some modification that made it look more Halo-ish.
Yeah, like give it like some sort of electronic thing on top, a mixture of new and old. It would also build the semi-dystopian vibe that they're kind of going for, because the outer colonies are trying to function on whatever tech they can. This is that some of the books explain is that like
I like that
they got to keep old technology going for a long time. So if you were able to find like some sort of holographic sight, you might have to put that on an AK that's put together out of scrap iron. Either way. Yeah, the people's clothing also is interesting. The whole vehicle over there, the outer colonies are rough. They're trying to keep whatever they can going. All right, and
All right.
One
Double
second.
fade.
Alrighty, folks, we're back. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Cancel's internet crashed, and either way, where were we? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cancel's internet crashed, and that is what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That is what happened.
Yes.
Also, I had to get up and lock my door for unrelated reasons. All right, where were we? So the outer colonies, they got this rough.
I like Chief in that shot because he looks more gritty.
Right. Also here, that looks like the inside of that compound.
You know what I find weird? This is unrelated, but like, why do they call themselves the innies if they're the outer colonies?
Insurrectionists, but you're right.
Johnson, I know it's the insurrectionists, but
the Audi.
Johnson pointed that out. It's like they call themselves the innies even though they want out. Or actually, I think innies is what the UNSC military calls them. Either way.
Yeah, insurrectionists.
It's what the entire inner colonies call them.
Right. Actually, a lot of the inner colonies had sympathy for them and wanted to get to let them go because they wanted to get rid of them. Kind of like how in the Civil War, you had a lot of people in the North who hated slavery. They wanted to secede from the South. Either way, Chief looks pretty cool. The machine gun, the audio sounds all right. I think Eckhart's letter is pointing out how it's audio taken from like the
I think they're trying to. That's a plasma explosion right there, right?
I'm fairly certain that's a plasma explosion.
I'm not a fan.
I think it's all right. But I'm fairly certain it's a plasma explosion. You can tell because the blue is compared to the orange from the rest.
Question is, are they going to go with the plasma style explosions from Infinite that
sorry.
You have to stop the recording?
No. I had to pause
again.
I had to pause it.
Dear God, we need Gio in here. We need Gio in
Guys,
here.
It was just a pause.
Gio would blow his top
Shut
harder than an Irish car bomb.
Dear God. Yeah.
All right, that's enough.
Oh shit.
Either way, so blue plasma. What do you guys think of the settlement? Does it look authentic as a rundown?
It looks like the bottom of a space elevator. Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it does look like that. Either way, so if they're going for like an insurrectionist camp, I think it fits the bill. I don't think it's quite, I don't think a outer colony.
I don't know if I'm a fan.
I don't know if the outer colony settlement would be this rough, but like a insurrectionist camp, yeah. Probably.
I don't think that's a settlement there, or it might be.
I mean, there's houses and stuff, so I don't think it's just.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean settlement.
Cancel.
It looks more like a defense fortress or something.
Rough. Cancel. How do I say this nicely? You're just stupid. I'm kidding. All right.
Master Chief, huh?
What do you guys think about the way she so if you had a bunch of pirates and terrorists, do you think they would look and dress like that, like the weird?
Well, she's 16.
Okay.
She's supposed to be 16. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then that would explain why she.
Don't tell me it's another one of those. I'm the chosen one, and I will save the galaxy.
No, that's Master Chief. I hope if they
Is
make.
It?
I hope.
Hey, we talk about that later, not now.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
first of all, what do you guys think of that? Does that look good? I don't know if that's
Yes.
I don't know if that's CGI or in model, but that looks really nice. That looks fire as hell.
If that's the actual armor, then I have no idea why the armor looks so shit in one of those shots.
I know this looks so nice.
The first one where he's walking, not from behind, but from the front, he does not look good. Or the one where no, the one where he's dropping in from above and he hits the ground.
Right.
That shot, the armor looks terrible.
Yeah,
but it looks good here for some reason.
Here looks real nice. Maybe
look at his chest piece though. The armor there looks kind of different. It might just be the lighting though.
It could either be the lighting or the CGI. I'm not 100% sure if this is CGI or not. Either way,
I really hope it's not because
yeah. No, if they got a suit that looks this fire, oh boy. Paramount. By the way, so how much of this is being made by Paramount and how much of this is made by 343/Microsoft? Because there's pros and cons to both. If this is made largely by Paramount with just a little bit, like a couple advisors from 343, that's good because you got a veteran film crew, but it's bad because they don't know Halo. So does anyone know like how much?
I don't think that's been released or anything.
All right. Also, what's Paramount's track record? I'm not too familiar with their stuff. Obviously, I've seen.
I don't really.
What's a recent
anyone
track
here
record?
familiar?
They make SpongeBob. Well, they own SpongeBob. I think.
Okay, what's their recent track record though? Like,
I don't know.
Their big show recently was Yellowstone, which I have not watched it because I really don't care about shows like that.
Yeah.
But I've only heard a few things about it, mostly good. So
okay, that's good. So hopefully,
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained.
Okay, that looks all right.
Trained for one purpose.
That looks like a heart.
There's a delay on your end, so make sure to increase the pause time.
Yeah. Okay.
To win this war.
All right, let's talk about the Marine. No, let's talk about the Marine.
Crap. Why did that accept? All right.
Okay, here's the thing. On your end,
what the hell?
We can edit this part out.
Yeah.
Okay, on your end, the pause is delayed, so you have to pause it for a while for us. What do you think of that shot?
The Marine helmet is just bad. Also, I know they have limitations on who they can put in the suit, but the actor they went to is just too short. He's only like what 6'7", 6'5".
That's tall enough.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Look how tall the
you
Marine
know how rare it is for an actor to be like what 7 foot.
I think you could have sufficed. You could have.
No.
If we're talking about just in the suit, I'm sure they could have found a way. Either way, though,
they're gonna show his face, so it's like you can't CGI someone.
You don't need to have the same actor in the suit all the time, and then the same actor that.
Right, you could definitely. If he's out of the armor, it's probably gonna be only a
few.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
You could artificially make.
But the problem with that is it's
Cancel. Let him speak.
Cancel. You seriously talk over people
so
much.
This shot right here, you could just. I don't remember on which X-Men movie it was, but one of the X-Men movies, like Hugh Jackman had like inlays, and then also some other actor was like walking on a platform that was below everyone else, like a foot below or some shit, or a couple inches, right, to make him look not as tall.
Yeah.
And they could do shit like that.
Right.
Because how it looks right now, Chief is like half a head bigger, or like a head, and that's not how it is.
Right. I forgot what. Okay. In the Lord of the Rings, there's like this blonde elf or whatever.
Isn't there a new Lord of the Rings show coming out?
Oh,
here's the problem.
Either way, but like in the Lord of the shut up. In the Lord of the Rings movies, they had this like blonde elf who her actress is like 5'8", but her character is 6'4". If you can make that work, you can definitely make some guy who's 6'6" look 7 feet. Either way, what do you guys think about that helmet design? Or Cancel, what did you have in mind? Whatever.
No, I was just gonna say the problem with what Sight is suggesting is that is way too, or not way too expensive. It is just way more complicated and expensive to have multiple people playing them.
Come on,
and
it's not that. Either way, what do you guys think about the helmet design, the visual design? Does this look that helmet? That helmet just looks wrong to me.
I am not a fan of anything in this scene. The gun looks bad. The Marine's armor looks terrible.
The armor
Chief looks okay. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, there's a Banshee.
Yeah.
So these guys are probably about to get bombed. I bet this is going to be a scene where the Banshee drops a bomb and everyone dies except Chief.
And then Chief takes out the Banshee.
I gotta go eat dinner.
All right. Either way, so
I do like how the Marine. Eckhart's Ladder did say this. I do like how the Marine looks super like excited. Look at the way he's looking at Chief.
Yeah.
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose.
Yeah, there's that all on his face. All right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And all right, I think the gun looks all right.
I also kind of like the scene with the scars on the back. Reminds me of the Halo Reach trailer.
Right, exactly. Also, I think that's a Spartan ahead right there. Right.
The Halo Reach live action trailer might have been the only time they did. Wait, were those Spartans CGI?
I'm not sure.
No, I think that was live action.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Live
probably
action-
the only time a live action Spartan has looked
If
good.
it was CGI, that was very impressive.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
because
I think it was live action because live action is a staple for Halo. Might have a little bit of CGI mixed into it, like the ODST live action trailers with the brutes and stuff. I think the brutes might have been some sort of CGI.
wait, we're talking the Remember Reach trailer.
Right. Yeah, but I'm talking about either way. All right. What do you guys
Yes, but like live action and Halo in
The
general.
Spartans
is
looked good
pretty
in that.
All right, but back to the trailer. Dr. Halsey. She's blonde. She's British. That's. What do you guys think?
I think that is
Damn dirty
excusable
red
as long as
coats.
your character stays the same or similar.
All right.
It's fine.
All right.
It's okay.
I'm okay with this.
Young Halsey was supposed to be.
I don't love it, but it's okay.
Now, one
Young
problem.
Halsey was.
One problem I have is that everyone says that the actress is too young. She looks too young here. Honestly, she doesn't look that young to me. She looks like she could be like a middle-aged doctor.
She looks 40s.
My mom's mid-50s and she looks younger than that. So, yeah.
Whatever.
Either way, to me, she's got enough wrinkles. She
listen. So are they gonna say? I don't know. Since this is non-canon, are they gonna like change the years up so she's younger or something?
That could be it, but that's just gonna mess so many things up. Although, as we're gonna discover later, that may already be the case. Who knows what they're trying to do with this thing so far? Either way,
Young Halsey was supposed to be hot. All right.
Dear, don't ever say that again. Young Halsey, no.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did anyone remember to cancel that pie chart that showed Halo fanfics? I'm surprised nobody wrote a Chief Halsey fanfic. Either way. Either way.
And the other Spartans.
Dear God, these Spartans are.
Okay, keep it paused so we can catch up.
All right, these Spartans.
Okay, that one right there. That we do have their names for both of them.
I don't.
But no other info. Go back to the one with the dyed hair.
Yeah. Dear God.
Go back to the one with the dyed hair.
I did.
Bruh.
I did.
What do you guys think about a Spartan with dyed hair? Does that make any sense?
I think they said something about Kelly having dyed hair once.
Yeah, but that was when they kidnapped her. So she dyed it when she wasn't in the program.
Wait.
Do we know what kind of Spartans these are? Like
Spartan
are they
2s. Spartan 2s. Spartan 2s.
These are Spartan 2?
These are Spartan 2s. They look too young, too. Yes.
Well, okay. Remember, guys, we don't even know when this is happening. They could change up the timeline. This is not canon.
Also,
yes, of course they change up the timeline, but still, they're too young to.
Also, yeah.
What do you mean? How do we know they aren't Spartans?
Dude, this literally looks like
a timeline. So when the show happens, the Spartans are younger.
But this girl does not look Spartan aged at all. Does not look Spartan. I mean, I know these are young, but she does not have a soldier or no, she just looks like a random middle school girl.
That bitch has never seen a knife.
Exactly. Either way.
To win this war.
Didn't we already watch this part?
That guy looks like a bruiser. Either way.
Only.
I don't get why they're so short next to this guy. Like, Spartans are supposed to be relatively similar height, but that's a different thing.
You keep rewinding.
Effective weapons.
This scene looks really nice. I don't know if this is supposed to be some sort of base or some sort of giant base or inside of a ship, but this looks pretty nice, actually. Got the Pelicans, you got the base.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah, it looks like some big, compound on Reach.
Against the Covenant.
Okay, ooh, this part. What do you guys think about this?
I'm not a fan of the energy sword CGI. That looks so fake.
I don't mind it too much.
The elite's face looks nice. The armor, not so much. CGI, meh.
All right, what do you guys think?
I think it looks good. It looks like an H2A elite.
I don't think. No, I think he looks a little more too CGI. H2A Halo 2 Anniversary looks live action. It looks very live action. It looks really nice. This doesn't quite look like that. This looks more CGI. I'm not saying it looks bad. Now the armor, there's a lot of confusion.
Halo 2 live action does not look better than this.
It's not live action.
I mean, not live action Anniversary.
They're different. Like this looks CGI to me.
Yeah, but Halo 2 Anniversary, those fucking cuts cost so much money, so much.
Mm.
You can't make that shit for an entire fucking show. That's impossible.
Okay.
That's true, but you can just have limited elite scenes.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have jarring transitions, and that's not good either.
If you have limited elite scenes, everyone's gonna fucking hate it who likes Halo.
Mm-hmm.
If an elite only shows up like once or twice in the entire season, the fuck is this?
Right.
They're gonna bring
Like,
back
what
the
am I
Fall of
watching
Reach
then?
lore, where the Fall of Reach is the first time they ever saw an elite.
No, that's so stupid. Please don't.
Yeah, I know it's a joke.
What?
Okay. I don't know if these are UNSC. No, these are the terrorists. You can tell by the guy's mohawk over here. Mohawk. All right.
Lethal.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Is that supposed to be a grenade explosion?
No, this is too far. This looks like an oil drum. Also, that
When will they ever learn that grenade explosions do not create fireballs?
It looks pretty alright in here.
And most
I'm not a fan of him there. Or actually, that looks okay.
That does look pretty alright.
controller.
The elites look more CGI here.
I think this
that shot's good. Chief looks good
That's
there.
a good shot, yeah.
And most importantly,
yeah.
Controller.
I have a problem with the elites having.
Can you stop rewinding?
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object.
What do you guys think about his voice?
That dropship does not look good.
What do you guys think of the voice? The voice is just
no.
The voice, you can't have the actual voice, all right? And for what it is, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not Steve Downs, but
so everyone keeps saying you can't have the actual voice. Why can't you have the actual voice?
I don't know why exactly, but it apparently doesn't fucking work.
Honestly,
probably because the actor underneath has a big ego or some shit. I don't know. I don't know the fucking details.
Yeah.
Steve Downs is the one and only Chief. Or actually, no, they've made Matt Chief's voice sound convincing. Forward Unto Dawn, he sounded good. The Package, he sounded good, and that wasn't Steve Downs.
Right. So this guy, I feel like, how do I describe this? His voice seems a little too. How do I say this? A little too flat, I believe. I don't know the exact terminology for voice, but it feels a little too flat. When Steve Downs has a little bit more. This is hard. Terminology is hard, but I feel like you can hear it, and Steve Downs' voice has a bit more variance to it. Meanwhile, this just seems flat. Like this seems more robotic. Meanwhile, Steve Downs sounds like a deep man's voice, but it's still a man. Meanwhile, this sounds a little flatter and more robotic. Either way, I see he's trying. He's got that. He's trying to have that deep rasp to it, like Steve Downs has, and it's somewhat effective, but I feel like they could have done better. They could have done something else. That looks pretty interesting. So that's the reclaimer symbol, the artifact. Covenant was digging for it.
Touch the object. I felt something.
This actually looks really nice. Also, what's it called?
CGI looks good in this scene.
Yeah, CIA, the guy running Halopedia, he deciphered this. I forgot what it says. Something like containment, identifies, something like this. So it's some miscellaneous things.
Our faith in the folks over at Halopedia is not exactly the best, though.
That's true. We'll talk about that later. Either way, what the hell is that? Is that elite blood? Oh,
that looks like shit from the oil drill or whatever that was.
Chief's got schizophrenia. Yeah. That's not good. Oh boy, this scene right here. This thing looks really nice. So this looks like either the rubble or it's very likely the rubble. I'm thinking
keep it paused because we're not caught up in the stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this looks beautiful. This actually, let me see if I can crank up the.
We're not seeing the rubble in.
For me, I could see his hand.
I don't know how to fix that. Either way, this place looks absolutely beautiful. The city, it looks exactly like you think a bunch of terrorists.
And now the stream is broken.
The hell?
Can you just restart the stream?
Yeah, I'll restart the stream, dear God. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to edit so much.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. That was the face cam.
Yeah, so Back to the rubble. That looks so nice. Are you guys seeing this? This looks really nice. If you're trying to go for a CGI rundown terrorist group that's been living for
We do
quite a
not
while.
see the rubble still.
We still just see
We
the
see
hand.
Chief's fucking hand.
Dear God. you guys can look this up on your own.
It's so fucking doomed.
Dear God. You guys are speds.
We are gonna have to edit so looks or whatever it is. The rubble looks great.
Yeah, the rubble looks really nice. I think just the CGI, they nailed this design. It's like a hollowed out asteroid with industrial as well as the rundown slum like residential. It's really nice. Whoever made this deserves a cookie and a half. It's really nice, and I love the trams
and dispatched to your location.
Yeah, and I love the cables and the trams. It's like because it's like it's not like just like walking across. Like the gravity, I'm sure the gravity is. I'm sure it's because of the spin. So the gravity's probably
on the rubble. They use spin gravity because they didn't have like the technology.
Right. So that means that probably you're gonna have gravity on the walls, and the inside is gonna be like weird. So you're gonna have to use trams or cable cars or whatever. All right, I'm moving it.
What they did to us.
All right, yeah. And now we get to Sauron, who he sounds like he's got an all right voice. Now, what do you guys think? Does he look like a Spartan washout who's been living with an insurrection? Like, does he give you that vibe of a former Spartan?
Yes.
For me, he feels a bit old compared to Chief and the boys. I feel like if they would have gone with someone a little younger, like in his 30s, it would have worked better. But I see what they're going for. Now I know Soren's backstory. In case you guys don't know who Soren is, the black guy right here. Basically, he was a Spartan training alongside Chief and the boys. And once it came to the augmentations, the part that turns them from basically Olympic athletes into superhumans, the muscle on him grew out of control. Like it completely twisted his body. His bones on his leg and his arm were so badly gnarled. So now, mind you, he's insanely strong. He ran through a pile of Marines. Either way, insanely strong.
He defected.
Well, that comes later. It's but since he couldn't be a usable soldier, he worked at an office job. Now, mind you, just imagine you're working like an HR or whatever, and you see this mountain of a man, probably in excess of 6.5 feet, horribly deformed, massive muscles on his arms and legs, and he's working at a desk. Either way, this one guy who was an insurrectionist was basically slowly corrupting him by telling him, "Yeah, the ONSC's kind of bad. It's like, why don't they give you a job?" And Soren's his betrayal caused him to defect. Either way, it's left in the story. It's left open ended because they get in an aircraft which crashes, and they never find his body. So it's left open ended as for whether or not he survives. But apparently, this timeline he does, and he makes his way to the insurrection, which is honestly the most likely outcome. Either way, I think he looks good.
Sauron is one of the few Spartans that actually went missing in action.
Yeah. Now, what do you guys fast forward a little bit? What do you guys think of this picture of the little kid? I'm fairly certain that's meant to be Chief as a little boy. The brown hair.
Yes.
I think he looks alright. Like I think that's pretty much what Chief will.
I don't like it.
What
the thing with Sauron is go back to him for a second.
Yeah.
Is he looks not the same age as the rest of what was it, Silver Team? Like
right.
Silver Team looks way too young from the same.
Yeah. It's exactly that's exactly what I was saying.
How do you say it? Generation of Spartan.
Right.
That doesn't work.
Right. But when you look at their numbers, they're all still part of the same crew. The only possible solution that I can come for this is that Silver Team were some of the Spartans who died from the augmentations, but were revived later on because that happened. Now, if you die and are put in cryo freeze, and like 5 or 10 years later they find the technology or they are able to successfully resuscitate you, you're going to be a lot younger. And so if that's the case, then I think that could be an explanation.
There could be an explanation, but I don't think that explanation is going to be
right, especially because that would mean that Chief would have to be a lot older than them. But Chief sounds like he's about the same age as they are. I don't know. The actor's like, what's his name, Pablo Schwartz or something. I don't know how old he is or how old he's meant to be in the show, but he seems to be on par with Silver Team. Either way, though. Yeah, here's the kids. That's implied to be the Spartans. Here's our boy Chief. Yep. Yeah, cutting back. Chief looks good as always in his gold polarized helmet, visor. It just they nailed him. I really love that they went back to the classic Halo 2-3 design rather than the new one.
And you
Looks
just
good.
decided to help.
Okay, now we get Chief reaching out his hand to the insurrectionist lady, the little girl.
Why would a Spartan do that?
Dude, you're not watching my stream, are you?
No, I'm not, because I'm watching my stream.
How about
Gotta
you
edit
do
that
that?
out,
so we
bro.
can, like,
Site, fix your stream. It doesn't show the. Okay, there
Either
we
way,
go.
though. Either way. Also, when I forgot what her name was, the insurrectionist girl. But when she says this to Chief, like you help me.
I think it was Quan A.
Quan Ah, yeah. So when she says to Chief, you helped me, why would a Spartan do that? That gives you a glimpse of what the outer colonies and insurrectionist perspective of the Spartan was. We don't know what the specific timeline is here, but like the Spartans kind of showed up a little bit before the Covenant. So for most of the inner colony folks, they kind of coincided. Like the Covenant show up and the Spartans show up. I mean, they're revealed to the public way later, but people heard stuff. But for the outer colonies, for them, they probably knew some because they heard about the Watts raid and stuff like that. So they probably had an idea about Spartans quite a ways before they became humanity's saviors against the Covenant. So for her, so the perception of Spartans is not of humanity's heroes; it's of Oni's henchmen. So yeah, the way she says this, the delivery is really well. She looks like she looks really well when she's saying this. Like she looks like she means it. Yeah, they don't like the Spartans all that much. A lot of the books that show the rebels' perspective talks about when the Spartans were first introduced and how powerful they were. And yeah, they're talking about how they're like Oni's super soldiers and how they're really messing things up for the insurrectionists. Wait. Ooh, this
that VR looks good.
Yeah, 117. This.
What do you think of the Pelican?
Boy, this looks nice. Now based off the way the troops are reacting,
CGI looks on point of that city.
Yeah, this looks real nice. The way all these troops are clustered around, it's clear that the way they react, it's clear that Pelican's not meant to take off. So this could mean that either she and Chief are defecting, which might tie in later with the quote that Admiral guy. I hope that
we'll talk. Okay. If that's the case, we'll talk about that scenario later because that ties into some of the drama.
Yeah. Either way, over here we got the Warhog and the troops. I don't know. It doesn't look like that Pelican's got guns or missiles on the missile racks. If it did, then all these guys could be turned into barbecue real fast. But yeah, this looks exactly like a major airbase on Reach or Earth or whatever. This looks just like it, and I think it looks real nice. I think the Pelican looks nice. So some slight problems I got with it. So it looks like it's a compromise between the OG and the new model of Pelican, whereas the cockpit looks like the OG, but the engine pods, the way they stick out from the rest of the body, that just seems a little that seems more inspired, and the tail that seems more inspired to the modern era. I don't think it looks bad per se, but it is out of place, especially compared to the variants in Halo 2 and 3. So and 1, 2, and 3 in Reach, I guess. So it's not bad per se. It's a compromise between the two things. I probably would have preferred that they gone all on the original side, but it doesn't look bad per se. I like that it's got the nice big wings with 3 missile racks.
What does one do with a super?
Okay, so yeah, you got her pounding on the glass, and you got Chief over here. I'm not sure what this meant to imply, but her and Chief in the Pelican together also shows you how big the Pelican is.
For human, you're not sure you can.
I think that's meant to be Lord Hood. He's got the 4 bars there, which we don't know what
Lord Hood.
Yeah, he's got the 5 stars. So 5 stars, Fleet Admiral.
His uniform looks good.
His uniform does look good. Some that I think either Xperia or Eckhart Slatter mentioned is why couldn't he be voiced and acted by Ron Perlman? Which and I agree. I think they could have made that work. Because just Ron Perlman, number one, he's a legendary actor. Number two, you're bringing back tradition. But either way, I can still make this see this work as this guy and this voice doing Lord Hood.
Trust.
And there's Halsey again. She looks a little younger here, but still, I don't get what people are saying that she looks too young. That to me doesn't look too young to me. Like that looks like a middle-aged scientist lady.
Yeah.
Hello, Master Chief.
Oh boy, we reached this part.
No.
We reached this part.
No.
Oh boy.
There it is.
Let's just not say anything.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
on.
folks.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next.
Bruh.
I'm kidding. What do you guys think of this monstrosity?
Let's not. I said don't talk about it. Move on to the next shot with the Phantom and ODST. All right.
That's not an ODST.
On that, once again, I don't like the Covenant CGI. I really think it just doesn't look real enough. And maybe
You talking about Cortana, or what do you mean Covenant CGI? We're talking about Cortana right now.
The next shot.
Oh my god. More edits.
You know,
edit.
if you would just
You're
watch
going to be
the screen,
editing
it
all
would
night.
be easier.
I'm confused, Cancel. We're talking about Cortana right now.
We're not going to talk about Cortana. That's the point. Because it's just
Can
so
you just
bad.
watch
Everyone
my
has the same.
stream? It would
Everyone
make
has the same
everything so
opinion
much
on
easier.
Cortana.
All right. You've convinced me.
Anna.
All right. So you see the shot with the Phantom?
Yeah, that looks real nice. Oh, that sniper and the Spartan with the sniper, that looks pretty nice.
I don't like that shot at all.
The Phantom doesn't look too bad. Maybe some of the glowy parts, like the engines look a little too much like eyes staring at you. Maybe if they would have
Covenant, all the Covenant ships are going to be really hard to make look sick because of the way they're designed. They kind of look, in some way, a lot of people would view them as cartoonish looking.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a way to nail them, but it's just too hard for them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like it looks all right. Either way, the combat scene with the Covenant troops fighting the UNSC Marines and the explosions, I think that looks pretty good. The Jackal looks real nice. The Spartans in the airbase, and we get to the.
Are those Spartans riding mongooses? Or not the Spartans, the Marines behind them?
Oh yeah, he is riding a mongoose. You're right.
For a second, I thought that was a miniature. It looked like a miniature warthog. I didn't recognize it as the mongoose.
Why do they have a line of soldiers and 2 mongooses and 3 Spartans? What the? Is this okay? Is this like a base or is this a hangar bay? This looks kind of.
That's a hangar bay.
Like inside of a ship or what? It's pretty big.
Even if it's base or hangar bay, it doesn't matter. What the hell are they doing?
I don't know. I don't know why they're on the mongoose inside. You're right.
I want to know.
I
like
hope
the guy in the middle.
I am not a fan of those Spartan helmets.
Nah,
it's not so bad.
The guy in the middle looks all right. The 2 girls though. Also, you have a female girl, a female Spartan. Yes, a female girl, a female Spartan who is a sniper.
Female girl.
Jesus,
guys, why would you have a female Spartan too, who is a sniper and is not Linda? Why in the hell would you
because
do that?
If they do Linda, they're going to mess her up. They're going to make her look terrible.
Are you at the part where you get mad at the girl with the dyed hair?
No, we already passed that part, dear God. You also missed
Right, you're back?
Yeah, Ty, you're back, boys.
Back.
Either way, yeah, Ty, you missed an epic amount of technical errors. We had to cancel the stream because Cancel's internet failed. I also need.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah. No, I was there. I was there.
Either way, we're at the 132-minute mark where they're inside the hangar, and we're trying to understand why you have 3 Spartans and 2 mongooses behind them with a line of Marines. What the hell? Like, what the hell?
I want to know what they're looking at, and then I also want to know why the 2 women are looking to the side.
Also, what's the deal with the Pelican glowing bright green? It looks like the Pelican's about to crash into all these. Why are these guys just there where the Pelican is going to run into them? Like, what the hell?
All right, Snipe, fix your stream.
All right, then we got Doctor.
What
Dr.
do you mean fix my stream? I haven't continued.
Guys, you gotta stop.
The video.
Either way, now we got Dr. Keys Jr. We got Dr. Keys Jr. It looks like she's got some sort of military rank, and she's looking at I think that's the reclaimer symbol the chief found.
The chief recovered something.
Wait, Miranda's in this?
Yeah,
but she's a doctor, and she's also half.
Look on site stream. Go to site stream, Ty.
Okay,
He's right there.
I didn't know she was in the trailer.
All right. Either way,
go to site stream. He's showing.
Okay, so first of all, Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
How about you stop talking about things we're not seeing on my stream because everyone else is looking.
All right. Pause.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Yeah, that's
the Spartan from earlier.
Yeah, that's the Spartan. That's the Spartan with the right. And that's Dr. Keys Jr. next to her, and I don't know how I feel about Keys instead of being because like in the books.
Wait, who's that? Who's the crazy-eyed one with the glowy eyes?
That's one of the Spartans. One of the new ones.
Okay, that's the one with the pink hair.
The one that pissed you guys off.
Yeah. Okay. In this scene, she actually does look and sound a bit more mature. Maybe it was just the angle that made her face look very young. Either way, I don't know how I feel about Dr.
Yeah,
Keyes.
she looked really young in the first
I know,
shot.
but over here she sounds all right. I don't know how I feel about Dr. Keyes Jr. because in the books, Miranda didn't like Dr. Halsey at all. So that's
Well, it was kind of more complicated than just hating her. But
there was a letter that she wrote.
Again, this is not in canon. So.
I know, but still, like the letter she wrote a letter as she partied. Says like, I have no idea what you did.
In this show, it said Keyes and Halsey are married, so I think.
What?
Yeah, isn't Keyes also played by a black actor?
Yes, he's black. That's why Miranda Keyes is part black.
Yeah. Either way,
like, okay, listen. I think Hidden Xperia made a video on that like a couple years back, years or 1.5 or some shit.
Yeah.
And he found a picture of the actor. That I think that actor looked like super extremely resembled Johnson, and then they made him
exactly. He could have been Johnson.
Right,
that's the worst part.
I remember this. Yes.
Yeah, it's so sad. But either way, so I'm not sure how. I don't get why they have to change all these small insignificant things. It's like, is it so badly needed for the show? They have to make Keyes black, and you have to make Keyes and Halsey married because like part of it's like
I'm not against them making Keyes and Halsey's married in this one.
Well, I feel like it alters so much of the character.
The race swapping. I think it's dumb.
It alters so much of the characters though because in the story they
I don't mind them being married in this time. I don't really care. Because it's kind of plausible because in canon they actually did have a relationship. It's just
it was a fling.
You don't really have much info on it.
It was a fling, and after that,
Keyes... No, it wasn't. It was an actual relationship.
It was an actual relationship.
They called it a fling. They literally called it a fling, and
they called it a fling,
and they tried to keep it secret too.
Yes, but no, but they still but they still had a relationship for a short amount of time.
That's what a fling is.
Yes. Oh.
Whatever.
Either way.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Other thing. Okay, this I don't because wearing lipstick.
That sounds like a one night stand. So.
Dear God. Either way, I don't know if she's wearing lipstick or if that's just the actress to look better, or if it's just her Spartan red lips or whatever. I don't much care.
If the actress just has very red lips, who cares? But it looks like she's wearing lipstick,
which makes no sense. Yeah, which makes no sense.
Which is something Spartans never fucking do because what's the point?
Right. Either way, keep going. Okay, this is another good scene of Halsey. Okay, in this case, she does look a little too young.
I think she looks good there.
In the case, she looks a little too young, but that's just because you can't really see her face in too much detail. I don't mind it. People made a big deal saying she looks too young, or it's wrong that she is blonde. I mean, to me, it's like she always was in the books, which is, of course, odd.
She needs to have black hair.
That's the thing, though. I never cared too much about that because we only see her with white hair in Halo Reach, or with brown or black hair in
Cortana. Halo: The Fall of Reach looks exactly like how Halsey did, or almost exactly.
Can you please stop fucking talking over people? Either way, to me, I don't mind it too much. All right.
Yeah. Well, look, when
I don't mind.
Cortana is supposed to look just like almost exactly like young Halsey, and you can't tell me Cortana looks anything like her.
Cortana has blue hair. Does that mean Dr. Halsey was effeminate? No. I'm kidding.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. All right. Ty, you got anything to add about the way the Spartans look, the way Halsey looks, the way your mom looks? I just lost the game.
God damn it.
All right, keep going. This scene looks really nice. So that's, in case you guys don't know, that's the STV Corvette that was prominently featured in Halo Reach.
It's like one of the smallest UNSC ships.
That is the Gladius class heavy corvette. It is it's featured in Halo Warfleet. It's a very small ship. It's probably only got like 15 people if I remember correctly. So this is a very small scale. This is just like two of the tiniest ships on both sides, kind of just engaging each other.
It's probably the only ship in the UNSC that has one engine.
Right. It's really small. I don't know what the exact context is. It could be a boarding, or it could just be Either way, really
That's
nice.
really close, and that's the stealth. That's from the Reach Corvette.
Right. But that's a really nice model. Both of those are really nice models. They look really. I hope we get some space battles. I hope that we get some actual like good looking engagements because Halo is severely lacking in actually portraying those.
Like we're gonna get the same amount of space battles that we get in Stargate.
I haven't seen
which you're not to the point where you see any. So
sadly,
while
Halo prominently features a lot of space battles in the books, the games rarely show them in visual medium because they're.
And whenever they do show them, they look amazing, but they just don't do it.
That's true.
Much.
But they just barely show them because it's always a focus on the FPS. Honestly, like in Halo Reach or Halo 3, if they would have cut for in the action, if they would have cut away from the first person's perspective just to show a battle, like show a frigate, firing a Mac or miss, I think it would have looked. I think it would have been amazing. It would not have broken the gameplay flow at all, in my opinion. Either way, looks pretty good. Keep going. Oh, now her. So she's gonna say,
"There's the."
First of all, how do you guys think she looks? Does she look pretty?
She looks fine, I guess. I don't know.
Never say that.
I'm kidding.
Cute looking ass.
I wouldn't be surprised if you thought that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She says later on. So this, you may not think much of this, but this has a lot of massive implications.
That's supposed to be the prophets right there.
Right.
Yes.
I have
the things that they're sitting on. Those look like feathers or some shit.
What, the giant
behind them?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. It looks somewhat organic. It looks like it's.
It looks weird. I don't like it.
Hyde Charity looks good. I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was in a teaser, but it still looks really cool.
You're right, and it looks so nice. Now I don't know what this is supposed to.
Giant space mushroom looks amazing.
My problem was in the teaser. Well, in the lore, they actually on the outer surface of High Charity, they literally had like a dirt surface.
I don't think it was livable though. I think it was just symbolic. But yeah.
Yeah, it was symbolic, but it was still a dirt surface, and they removed that in the trailer.
Either way, keep going though. That looks somewhat organic. That looks like it's. This part is very important.
She's not controlling the Letgolo.
All right,
I don't think.
All right, now this is very important because what she
says.
The
Letgolo are just on her side.
Okay, guys. Let's analyze what she says. She says humans surrender to the Covenant. This has, you may not think it, but this has massive implications.
Because you hear that they surrendered and you somehow think that's not a massive implication? What the fuck?
In Halo, traditional in the
you're not allowed to join you're usually not allowed to join the Covenant as a human. They want you gone.
It was a war of extermination. It was maximum war of extermination. So the fact that she's saying surrender, unless they're trying to get information out of you, they would not they would kill or kill you for sport.
The humans were a threat to the religion of the Covenant.
Exactly. Now, she could be raised just to act as a tool, just to help them, or to whatever, or to understand the end. But I feel like there's a deeper. I fear that there's a deeper implication where the Covenant are trying to integrate humanity to some degree, which is why she's saying human surrender. If that's the case, this completely undoes the fabric of the war, and
which is why it's good. It's in an alternate universe.
Which is why. Well, no, I wish they didn't do that because
which is why it's gonna fail.
That's the bedrock of the war. So
but at least it's not threatening to the main continuity.
Yeah, but it's probably gonna ruin the portrayal that they're going for in the show. So I'm really afraid I really, you have to be extraordinarily lucky to pull that off. Completely changing Covenant and making it work. You have to be completely, Also, this looks pretty scary.
People that have only watched the show are gonna be misinformed about Halo in general.
Yeah.
When they start the game.
That is true.
Kind of similar to what happened with Arcane and League of Legends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, not gonna lie, being killed by hunter worms is probably one of the worst ways to go. In Nightfall, yes, I know Nightfall not the best thing. In Nightfall, you have a bunch of hungry hunter worms that were stranded on a fragment of the Halo ring, and they basically hunt down the Oni team one by one. Really messed up. So, being swarmed by these things, it's really bad. It's really bad. Also, can you go back a little bit to the scene where you got the Marines in the hallway with their guns? Yeah,
I feel like
this looks real nice. I'm not sure where this is specifically. I think it might be on the Corvette. Either way, these Marines, they look all right.
That one Marine with the hat looks way too old to be a Marine.
He looks like Captain Rex in Return of the Jedi.
I don't. Which one are you talking about? I can't see his face.
He does look like Rex in
Anyway,
Return of the Jedi.
The BRs.
I can't see his face.
I can't see his face either. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay, she looks.
No,
pretty...
you can see it for a split second.
Oh, yeah,
there, right there.
Yeah. I see the guy in the front.
He's way too old to be wearing armor.
With the BR. The guy in the front with the BR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that pistol though? Is my question.
That's a good question. I'm thinking it could either be the ODST Halo 2 pistol, or it could be
Looks like a sidekick without the under.
I mean, guys, the Halo 3 ODST pistol looks a lot like that. Black, slimmed down, no major attachments. It's only missing the green lights on the back, which we probably can't see anyway from this angle. We wouldn't see even if it was there. Either way, I think they look pretty good. Shooting glasses, hats, BRs. The armor looks all right.
I remember a year ago, I think around the time they released the first Inside Infinite, they showed off all the the battle rifle props they were going to use for the show, and they all looked really cool.
Yeah, so that's really good. That's really nice. All right. And I think this is I think this is inside that Corvette. It's being boarded. So okay, if that's the case, then she might say humans surrender to the Covenant because the Covenant are trying to capture these guys to get some information. If that's the case, then that's probably that probably does give us some hope that my predictions aren't true. Although we still have the issue of her being raised by the Covenant, which that could be for a lot of reasons, though. Either way, keep going.
Surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana.
Master Chief sounds a bit weird there.
His voice just this sounds kind of.
Well, in that case, I don't mind his voice.
Are we going to talk about how short the Spartan on the right is?
Oh, now you want to talk about Spartan? How you faggot? Either way, yeah.
Shut up.
I feel like Chief looks a little. His armor looks different from the others. Like they all look real black, and he looks real.
He has the Oni logo.
Yeah. Why does he have the Oni logo? And why is he green while everyone else is black? That's just. Never mind.
Why is green? It's you can't just change Master design.
Yeah, but why are these other guys all completely black and he's green? Dear God. Either way, yeah, they look all right. Chief looks good as always. You going? And it looks like it's at that same settlement at the start. That looks really nice.
We got a shot of the Pelican thrusters.
Exactly, which is always real nice. Pelican flies through the asteroid belt, just like in the start of the Blue Team mission from Halo 5. That looks real nice. Oh, our deadliest weapon. They're talking about the weapon from Halo Infinite.
Imagine they make a Halo 5 game for this timeline. Instead, that mission's called Silver Team.
Oh, dear God.
Are you saying that Blue Team is completely written out of existence? If that's the case, then I'm going to cry.
Blue Team doesn't exist here. It's Silver.
No, my girl Linda.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
So
also, look how big that rifle. She's holding the AR, the assault rifle. Look how big that rifle is next to her. I
think that's the assault rifle.
I'm fairly certain it's the assault rifle. Yeah. Look how massive it is next to her.
And
where's her AK?
With her?
Yeah, what happened to her AK? Oh boy. There's no way a little girl like her could handle the 308 on full auto from that massive beast of a rifle. There's no way, especially if it's a bullet. No way. She probably
doesn't have to be full auto.
That's true. She could be firing single shots. Although, yeah. Okay, here's our boy Sauron. Sauron with the semi-camouflage Mjolnir. And Chief makes that awesome BR twirl.
What is that on his? Is that elite blood? I can't tell. I don't.
That looks like. Yeah, I don't think that's a reflection.
Purple blood. Yeah.
Blood, yes.
Purple blood is probably elite blood. Yeah.
In the war.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the end of the trailer.
I like, this is it's a very minor thing, but I like the way, I like the Monk chant they used for the previous two trailers that wasn't in this. Instead, they have that song that Cancel complains about. But there's a very specific way that the Monk chant is done in the TV show. Oh, why'd you just show Cortana?
Oh, are we going to talk about Cortana? Are we going to talk about Cortana?
Did you guys not yet?
Let's finish talking what we were talking.
All right. Either way, so yeah, looks pretty good. A lot of stuff looked good. A lot of stuff looks not so good. Yeah, back to the end. She's got the rifle and the rain. What it looks like rain is falling on her or whatever, and she's happy. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Either way, though. So, general thoughts on the trailers. On the trailer, what did you guys think? Give your whole thoughts. What?
I am indifferent.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
I just don't care.
All right, Mando, say something.
I am intrigued.
All right, anyone care to go into more detail?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
My expectations
Covenant.
are low.
Some of it
Let
looks
him speak.
good, some of it doesn't. I just don't.
Let
really
Sight
haven't-
speak. He was gonna say something.
Sorry.
Okay, so my expectations are quite low. I was somewhat hopeful before they revealed all that stuff of a timeline and a human in the Covenant. I had more hope back before that was revealed. But now it's probably not gonna be bad. Like
I think Halo fans are absolutely going to
wise,
tear
it's
it
not gonna be
apart.
bad.
But I
It's
don't.
gonna look good, but story wise, it's probably gonna be bankrupt.
Yeah. So the budget for this was
Kind of like
The
Was it
budget
like
I
100
think was
million?
90 million.
kind of like the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. Like both shows look good, but story wise, they're fucking bankrupt.
Well, maybe, yeah. The budget is 90 million. It's almost as big as The Mandalorian. I think it's got fewer episodes too, so it might have the per episode budget might actually be pretty high, which hopefully
Didn't it get renewed for a second season already?
I don't know.
No.
I have no idea. Either way, though, my general thoughts, since nobody likes to go into detail, I'm cautiously optimistic, much like Halo Infinite, although I have less optimism than I did for Infinite. Infinite's optimism largely paid off. The multiplayer is getting fixed from what I hear, although I don't care too much about it. The campaign is pretty fun.
Yeah.
But again,
But we're talking about the TV show.
Right, exactly. I have less optimism. I have less optimism for this. I have less optimism for this, but I still am somewhat excited. I still feel like it can be good. They can do some things good. But there's so many things that just make me wonder why. It's just like 343's games. They change a lot of things, and you're like, why did you have to change that? It's like it worked fine before. Why did you have to change it? Why did you have to make Keyes black, especially when the actor worked perfectly for Johnson? Why do you have to make Keyes and Halsey married? Why do you have to make Miranda a scientist?
Weren't Keyes and I don't know. I don't really know much about like that, the very like super specifics, but I thought there was some stuff between Halsey and Keyes.
There was a
short.
It's just they never know. It's just they never got married. They had a relationship, but it didn't last long.
It was like a couple of months, I think, while Halsey was investigating the kids. So it was a long time ago, and it didn't last. Yeah, it was a long time ago. It didn't last very long. Keyes put
it wasn't while she was investigating the kids.
Yeah.
It was after the Spartan program started.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Either way, though, it was what it was. So the main reason why Keyes left, is first of all he kind of started putting two and two together, as for what Halsey was doing, and so Halsey reassigned him, but they still continued the relationship afterwards. I think the main reason why he left is he kind of realized what she was doing, and he talked about in the Fall of Reach how, he understood that, the Spartan program was very needed, but his complicity in doing that still haunted him. It wasn't right, and we get.
I also think it may have something to do with the fact that he's a captain in the UNSC, and she's a scientist, and that I don't know. That doesn't seem to work.
No, it could work. Either way. So that's the reason. That's part of the reason why he left, and so the fact that they stay married despite the Spartan program means that there's a substantial change in Keyes' morals.
But I don't really think that's an issue there. As long as they make it good.
If they make it again, if they make it good,
I
it
have
can
more.
work.
No. I have more of a problem with them race swapping Keyes.
Yeah. But again, I feel like you're right, Cancel. If they make it work, it can work. But it feels like I feel like it unnecessarily changes things and unnecessarily adds extra complexity. That just it's like you're adding more things that could go wrong. Basically, if it's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't see how changing a scene color is gonna make something go wrong, but
no, I'm talking about
it just seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Either way, the one thing I was really afraid of, as I was talking earlier, is the fact that they completely changed who the Covenant are and the motives for the war. When the what's her name, Marquis, if the Covenant girl, Marquis tells the humans surrender to the Covenant. If that's what I think it is, as in the Covenant are fighting this war to capture humanity or to integrate humanity, that completely changes the motives of the war. And that is, again, I feel that could work as well, but it's such a massive unnecessary risk that it's just not worth it. Like, I thought this show was just going to be a retelling of Halo, but obviously tell its own original take on it, but still a retelling of the Halo in the show format. That's what I was hoping for. It just changes so many things that just don't need to be changed, and it's gambling so much that it's going to work well. Which, and again, this was the same flaw that Halo that 343 had. It's like they took the command of Halo, and they're like, okay, just make a traditional Halo game to win the fans over and to understand how to do this. And then after that, you can go deeper into making your own take on Halo. And nope, they just changed absolutely everything in Halo 4 just for the sake of changing it. That's what I feared this may be. I fear this may be Halo 4.
Because they felt they had to make their own version of Halo.
Right, and I fear that this is what this is going to be. Again, we also talked earlier about what influence does Paramount have. We could potentially have a bunch of veteran show producers for Paramount who don't understand Halo, and they're going to turn this into a show with only limited input from 343 or from the people who make Halo.
Yep.
If that's the case, that's good because you're going to have veteran showmakers making this. It's bad because it's not going to be Halo, because you have people who have no idea what Halo is making Halo. That's the real risk right there.
That is completely true.
So I feel yeah.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I feel like I put this show's odds of knocking our socks off good at 10 to 20%. I put its odds of being bad, flawed, but good in some way at around, say, 40%. 30-40%. I put its odds of being bad and nobody really cares about it at around, say, 40% as well.
I would put that at 60.
Yeah. I feel like they put so much money into it that even if we may not,
but there's two types of bad. It could be bad and everyone forgets about it and says, Halo's never going to have another TV show again. Or it could be bad, like Last Jedi bad, where it's just because of the controversy.
I don't think it's going to be Last Jedi. They put so much money. I feel like it's still going to have some scenes and areas that are going to work.
And check the group. Look what I sent.
Either way, I feel like it's still going to have some scenes that are going to look good, probably just because of the visuals that are still going to be reused and revisited. And I feel like yeah, it's going to be flawed but good, and at that point, just going to hope how flawed, how good. But overall, I'm cautiously optimistic, but far more cautious and optimistic.
I think it's going to be a good sci-fi show, but it's not going to be great Halo media.
Yeah. And that's probably because all the things you change, and probably because it's Paramount and more Paramount making this rather than 343. Anyone else care or?
This have been canon, not the actual what they're doing now being canon, but a Halo show. Imagine how big that would have been in the canon universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know
that's what I would have liked.
All right, let me share my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Like you said, you were cautiously optimistic. Well, I'm cautiously, what's the right word? Not optimistic.
Pessimistic.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to be like Last Jedi bad, like I said, or something like that. But I'm also not. I don't think it's going to be good, and I really hope it's going to be good. But I just don't see it from everything that you mentioned. I totally agree with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it happening. It just doesn't look like it's going to.
Think about the money they pumped into it, though. They did.
I'm afraid it's just going to be a very mediocre show. It's not going to do anything. It's gonna. I think at best it could be flawed but good, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is the best case scenario from what I've seen.
Honestly, I don't put its odds of being actually like 100% good. Like I don't.
And that brings us into the last segment. So there's been a lot of drama,
right,
surrounding certain elements of it. Okay. So are we gonna get into that?
Yep. Let's get into that. Cancel sent me an article. When was that article from, Cancel?
About a year ago. About a year ago.
Yeah. So the article basically said that the Quinoa, or whatever her name was, the Asian terrorist girl, she's going to be smashing the patriarchy.
No! That's the new article. There's an old one that says something else.
All right.
So the old one. Okay, I'll explain it.
Yeah. Give us a rundown.
The old one is saying it's interview with like some senior executive at IGN or Paramount. And they're talking about the show. And they're saying how the show's going to be it's going to be heavily political, and some fans might not like it. That's from a year ago.
Yeah. A year ago. Okay.
So, if it's going to be heavily political, I think we all know what it would be like.
It's going to be very liberal and stuff like that.
They're not. They're not.
It's going to shove down our throats.
And, okay, but this is interesting. I don't want to get too political here,
right?
But when you
think
about the politics of the Human Covenant War, it would be. It's kind of hard to see how they would push a woke narrative on that,
right? I mean,
because
they could probably,
or not the Human Covenant War, the insurrectionist UNSC conflict.
I mean, I'm sure they could,
because the outer colonies are like they want freedom or more power for themselves from a centralized government, right? That is like federalist. That is kind of
conservative.
Exactly.
Meanwhile,
and that is not a left-wing narrative.
But I feel like I feel like you talk about imperialism, sexism, racism.
Yeah. And then there's the other way they could do it. So if they did it that way, then maybe it would not be so bad. But then there's the other way, which is definitely how they would do it, which is that the UNSC is this evil imperial empire, like the US or the British Empire, or whatever. Compare it to like that, right? And then they talk about problems in the UNSC, like, I don't know, racism.
Yeah, I feel like they're more likely to take that approach because they're talking about the way Lord Hood was talking to Halsey. It's like, what do you do with the superhuman you can't control? And the way it looked like Chief was escaping, deserting with the Asian girl. So
if Chief deserts, that I think that by itself would ruin the show.
Yeah, so
you cannot make Chief's character desert the UNSC.
And they tried the whole Chief being the traitor shtick in Halo 5, and well,
and they didn't even do that.
He wasn't even he wasn't
Infinity.
A traitor.
I don't like it.
There's a difference between disobeying orders and being a traitor, and what the trailer seems to imply is a lot worse than Halo 5.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, he literally, like...
Halo 5 is disobeying a certain order from the UNSC Infinity and kind of going dark, not responding to communications and making them think that you've gone rogue, but actually not being rogue.
Manhandling Locke as well. Which, to be fair...
And what you're doing is still in the best interest of the UNSC and UEG or whatever.
Here, he literally goes off with some random terrorist girl to... Why? Why does he go with her?
Or at least it would seem like that.
Yeah. Either way, it's...
All right, and then we can add on what the new article that came out.
Yeah, the new article talks about how she's going to smash the patriarchy in the balls or something like that. It was bad. It was really bad. It looks like...
And that the Covenant girl is going to easily be able to defeat Chief, and then the any girl comes in and saves him.
That's just so cringe. Honestly, I would much prefer...
That's true, that... And I'm afraid there is truth to that because of the article from around a year ago that was talking about the show being heavily political.
Honestly, I would have very much wished that the Covenant girl gets captured by Chief or the Spartans, and she has to, like, she's literally taught that the Spartans are like demons. Like, you look at one and you're probably losing your salvation or whatever. I really wanted to see something and, like, see her scared shitless, because she could pull, like, there was a couple of scenes where she looked like that. So I feel like she could pull off that look very well, of being, terrified or whatever, and, But nope, she's just going to manhandle Chief, because that makes perfect sense. Fucking ridiculous. All right.
And all right, Mando, you talked about this, how that they didn't name the source, so you thought it wasn't reliable.
That's what Cal said.
Well, that's complete bullshit. Articles,
wait, Cancel, shut up. Cancel, shut up. Go ahead, Said.
I don't think it's reliable either, because I pulled that from Reddit. I just thought it was funny, so that's why I posted it.
We gotta make a video on the Reddit fiasco.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Anyway,
Reddit getting shut down, like the r/Halo being locked down.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, there were a lot of lies spread about it.
We'll talk about that later, boys. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. But yeah, that what Cal said about it not being reliable because sources are not named or specified. I've never seen an article or report or anything like that about a leak where a source is named or specified who they are. Never. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, my main thing is how apparently one of the creators said that they would smash the patriarchy in the balls, and it's like, which one? Can you specify, please?
Oh, that? Oh, okay. Well... I don't know. There is some, you could kind of see it, how they wouldn't want to name who said that. Because then that could get the person. I don't know. Maybe that would be benefit though.
Either way. Wrapping things up. Cautiously optimistic. I say 10% it's going to be good. 40% it's going to be 40% it's going to be flawed but good. 50% it's going to be bad.
Sorry, Pockets.
Yeah, I'm done.
I was gonna say, if it was going to be very woke, wouldn't they be shoving it down our throats in the marketing?
Not necessarily, because they haven't shown much. And I mean, some elements would kind of indicate that, depending on your perspective. I don't know, Chief running away with the insurrectionist girl.
Yeah, I feel like
that's not woke though. That could just
no, but
it's all part of the messaging. It's like
it kind of would indicate what that article says.
Right.
So I mean, I remember the Last Jedi trailer. Did they shove it down our throats in the trailers? No, the trailers were actually quite good. Right?
Right.
You don't want to know my thoughts on TLJ.
All right.
I don't like it, but
what does one do with a superhuman? You're not sure.
Rise of Skywalker is worse.
Yeah. Either way, boys. Either way.
I have to agree.
I'm Cortana.
TLJ at least tries.
Either way, boys. I feel like this is our complete thoughts on this. Yeah.
Cortana looks bad.
Cortana looks very bad. That goes absolutely unsaid because it's so unbelievably true. She looks really, really, really bad.
I think it's going to be like a Sonic situation where they're going to change it
in the movie trailer from like 2 years ago.
Can you go? Can you say?
I think it's going to be a Sonic situation where everyone just complained about it and they're going to change it.
Let's hope so, dude. Let's hope so. And
I'm sure it's going to be like that. At least I fucking so.
Yeah, we got 2 months to go though, so they got time to change some things. But I'm trying to think, how much could they do compared to Sonic? So,
the Sonic one got delayed like a year or something. I forget, but like this is like coming out in 2 months or like in a month, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, if it's sci-fi, if it's CGI, then they can change a lot more. If it was actual acting, then.
I mean, Sonic was CGI too, and they had to delay it a while.
Yeah. Well.
CGI is going to take longer if they change it.
I hate to say this, but
Cancel, dear God, Cancel. Why do you keep talking over people?
Because I can barely hear you guys, so I don't know who's speaking.
Crank up the audio, dear God.
I can't. My headphones are broken.
Keep going, Sight. Keep going, Sight.
No, I'm done.
All right. To be honest, Sight, I don't really care what you have to say. I just love yelling at Cancel.
Lovely.
Imagine Geo in here. It would just be yelling.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching.
And I missed that.
These were our thoughts on the Halo show. Mixture of Halo veterans with different perspectives. Hopefully it works well. What episode is this? Episode 4 or 5 of the Orbital Drop podcast. I got a few more episodes that are in the works. Don't worry. I'm just gonna upload this one straight away because it's important. Yeah. And if you want to see more of our retarded ass voices, then subscribe.